random, but I have decided to start streaming a campaign that I have been running for what, about over a year now?
Oh, yeah, it has been that long, hasn't it?
Yes, it
Starting to
has.
feel longer than that.
It,
Yeah,
it is starting
a
to feel
lot.
longer than that. Um, yeah, so I am the DM. You can just call me DM. And my players are Aaron and JR. And
Hey,
go ahead and introduce your characters.
well,
Alphabetical.
mine. I'll go and do mine because mine's probably much less interesting. Mine's Seal Hawklike, a celestial warlock. Um, had a lot to do with like the backstory of the campaign as far as like the war and just a lot of cliff notes, just a lot to go into. But simply, just kind of grew up as a farmer, has siblings, decided to come to this island in hopes of a tournament that didn't really turn out to be a tournament. So that's mostly it.
All right. And then my character is a changeling druid from the Feywild named Fickle. She is 15 years old. She's basically been raised by wolves, and I mean, with some help from the Fey and the spirits of the Feywild. And she came here because the spirits told her it would be a good idea, and it has been an eye-opening experience.
It has been.
Part as she as everything that happens, and it has been beautiful watching this develop.
All right, so pretty much the premise of the story is there has been a tournament that happens every 10 years, and only magic casters are allowed to be in this. And yes, like even half casters are allowed as long as you can cast magic. Um, the winner of the tournament pretty much is just think of it like a almost like a Hunger Games style game. The winner of the tournament actually gets taken to this prestigious school in pretty much like the you should say the continent, the country, whatever, is called Nuvar. They get taken to this school and they are trained by high level mages, and eventually, the mages replace one another as like head mage. Um, the players at this point have already arrived at Nuvar, and they have been on a whirlwind of adventures, pretty much preparing for this battle that was going to happen in 2 weeks' time. And instead of joining the battle, they have pretty much unwittingly, unknowingly joined a revolution. At the present, they are in the town of Peaceshire. The town of Peaceshire is a uh, Fey town, if you want to call it that. Um, it is populated by Fey. There are other people, other races here as well, but for the most part, it is strictly Fey. They are very, uh, I would just say, kind of blasé about the going ons around the world around them. They don't really involve themselves with the politics. Uh, we are going to be starting the scene with Fickle having just killed a rock and CL pretty much questioning her after having been bound by a Fae. Uh,
I feel like you just did that justice there because Speckle didn't just kill a rock. She turned into an elemental and she pile drived it from 1,200 feet.
this is true.
It was beautiful.
It was very beautiful. Yeah, so Fickle has received a sword called Silverwind, and it is the sword of a long lost, well, pretty much a long lost sword of a Fey Lord. The Fey have agreed to fight alongside Fickle and company. And CL has been removed from his marital binds, if you will, after promising something to a Fey creature. So go on ahead.
I'm just staring at you like, what?
She's kind of just crawling herself out of the pit that she was just in, and she's just gonna be like, "Oh, there you were. Why'd you disappear so suddenly?"
Yeah. About that. Question. It's just like I know there's a few people milling outside, but it's just like me, Fickle, Shay, Weimar, right?
No, a lot of the Fae and the other people have actually kind of like congregated. They're not like around you. They're just kind of lingering off in the background, just watching.
Uh, yeah. Seeing that, I'm just gonna look at Fickle. It wasn't anything that I wanted. You know what, Fickle? Let's talk about that later. I'm gonna be staring at you very intently with that look on my face of, please, let's just talk about this later. I don't want to say anything right now.
Insight check.
Go ahead.
Let's see how this goes.
Please, by all means. There's no deception. Maybe persuasion.
Dang it! It's a 21. She realizes that you want to talk about later. She's just gonna be like, as long as it's not a carriage conversation.
No, no,
um,
no, no.
but yeah,
Let's just talk
so
about it later.
the Fae, as I did mention the previous session, are kind of like they have already removed the rock from the ground. They have already used mold earth to seal up the hole, the crater technically. And you know, you see them kind of like carting the body away, and you can already assume that this thing is going to be dinner.
That
And
sounds delicious.
I was
yeah,
gonna say.
Shay is she's just kind of staring at both of you. She has already sworn her allegiance. She has already released you from your binds. The bracelet that Alira did put on you, CL, has fallen off. It is on the floor right now.
Um,
I know Fickle, and I'm wondering. Fickle's just gonna pick the bracelet up and start looking at it.
Okay.
I'm
Um,
still staring for that later.
give me an investigation check.
Talk about it later.
Investigation. Oh God. That one.
Yeah, you just see that this is a very plain looking bracelet. It just has like it's playing and it just kind of like hooks together at the end. And when it closes together, it just kind of looks like a single, just round bracelet.
Can can I roll an intelligence check to see if she's gonna try it on?
I mean, you don't need to roll
She
an
would.
intelligence check if you want to put it on, just put it on.
Oh yeah, yeah. I know Fickle. She'd be like, "Oh, that's nice," and she's just gonna go click.
Yeah, no, so you put it on and nothing happens. It just kind of clicks and yeah, you're just kind of now with a pretty little bracelet.
And over here, like,
Oh, okay. She's gonna look at it and be like, "Oh, that's
no,
it. Actually looks pretty nice." And then she's just gonna show it to CL. Like, what do you think?
yeah, it looks great. I'm looking over at Shay, like, is this gonna end bad? I'm not saying. Uh,
No, she just kind of looks over at Fickle and like rolls her eyes. You can already tell at this point, having interacted with Shay before, that Shay's just kind of done with her. Like this is normal.
She swore her allegiance, and she's done with me already. Jesus.
something tells me Shay was done with you after the first meeting.
The day she was born.
Oh, this is so sweet. And then, like, a year later, it's like, oh my god, I'm just done.
But yeah, so
I'm just gonna look at Shay.
the rock is gone. Shay is just kind of standing there watching you, and she's like, "Well, what is it that you all need of me?"
Ooh, ooh. Actually, I have something. I need to go back to meet Aramal because I left something very, very important there.
And Shay actually looks at you and looks down, and she's like, "You're referring to Mal as a thing now, I don't think he would appreciate that.
Oh,
Shh.
very cool.
It's a secret. I meant someone. I meant someone, obviously, but I left someone very important back at Mahi Air Mall, and I desperately need to get back there. I'm quite sure he's panicking by now.
Yeah, she just kind of nods and she's like, "Oh, I can definitely help you get over there." And she looks over at you,
I'm looking at
Ciel.
her like, because me? Because I thought she was dealing with Fickle, because Fickle's the one that gave her Silverwood, so she's dealing with me.
Yes,
Uh,
you're Fickle and company. You're all of equal standing in her eyes.
okay.
But also at the same time,
I when you said I thought it was specifically to Fickle, and I'm like, well, Fickle, you're the one who's gonna have to be asking stuff. But no, she's looking at me. Um, there's something very, very important that we need from you. We are doing everything we can to remove the college, and we need all the help we can get. And we would greatly appreciate the help of the Fae.
Fickle's gonna just look at you like, other things are more important. Family comes first.
Fickle,
um,
yes, we have to go back. We also left you there too.
no, so she nods and she just kind of looks around and she's like, "Well, we are all at your disposal." And then she kind of like gestures for the two of you to follow her back inside the tavern. And when you go inside, um, the door that you guys had gone through earlier, when you got into Peashire from Tammy's shop, she kind of leads you back through that door. And as she's going through the door, you hear her knocking 3 times, and then she opens. And as soon as she opens the door, you can hear the tavern that you guys had been staying at in Muhi Aramal.
Wait, the tavern
That
we were staying at, or the one that we left from that Trick took us to?
No, the one you were staying at.
Fickle doesn't even question it. Goes straight through the door. There are important matters at hand. I'm gonna be like, thanks, Shay. Give her a quick hug, and then just jump through.
And Shay looks at UCL and just kind of like waves her hand, like, You you may go."
Yep, right behind Fickle.
Yeah.
This teleporting shit is awesome. I should have made.
I would like to run upstairs and see if they're upstairs.
Yes, as soon as you get upstairs, you do see Bobo and Lao Shi and Mal just kind of sitting there, just waiting.
I run in and basically tackle Mal because it's been so long since I've seen him. A day is a long time,
I was about to say it's only been a day, but
man.
okay.
No, it's a long time to him. It's just been too long.
I mean,
Is Trick
technically,
anywhere
it
to be
hasn't even
found?
been a day. Trick is not there.
But yeah, as soon
Okay.
as she hugs Mal and gives him some love, she's gonna stand back up and see Lao Shi and be like, "So, did anything happen while we were gone?"
Lao Shi kind of just shakes her head and she's like, "No, you've only been gone." And she kind of looks at the sky and then looks back at you. She's like, "A couple hours?"
Fickle's just gonna tell her, and she's gonna be like, "What?
What?
A couple? What? But we were gone for at least a day."
And she just shakes her head and she's like, "No, you went to the market to go get clothes."
Oh no.
Wait, what?
Dude, this is. Oh no.
I don't want this guy. I don't want
She said
to.
she says that and she's just gonna be like, um,
Hey, we already got clothes.
what? Like she's just trying to like get wrap her mind around this. She's like, wait, is the party tonight?
And Lao, she nods and she's like, of course the party's tonight. That's why you went to the store.
Damn it, Shay. She actually mumbles that. And then she's just, see how I'm guessing following me upstairs?
Is it because she said she wanted to go back?
Are you asking me as a DM?
Yeah.
You can roll me. Hmm. Would I do perception or investigation? Actually, you know what? Just roll me a straight wisdom. Just straight wisdom to see if you can kind of discern whether. Yeah, you're not sure.
I am just. Um. Right.
Oh no. Oh no. So yeah, Fickle's gonna look at you and be like, um, small problem.
I'm gonna look at. Do I have the invitation now? Because I had to give it up to them.
You do
Do
not
I
have
still have
an
the invitation in
invitation.
my pocket?
You
Huh?
do not have an invitation.
Oh no. Oh no 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 no. So does that mean that if we stay here, the other Fickle and CL will show up?
I'm looking at you like fickle. There's only supposed to be one of us.
She's like she's gonna be like, but we're at the market and now we're here, but we're supposed to come back from the market, but we're already here. Her brain is shut. This is way beyond anything she could ever understand.
Uh,
All right. I'm going to use my Elder's Invocation for Disguise Self. Mask of Many Faces.
mhm.
I'm going to change myself to look completely different, and I'm going to retrace my steps back to the market to see if I can see us or whatever Fickle's talking about. I've seen a lot of weird shit lately, so it's probably not outside the realm of possibility. So I'm just gonna roll with it.
This is true. Roll me investigation.
I was gonna say I'll turn into a hawk and follow above him.
15.
Are you going to be assisting in the search, Fickle?
Yeah, I'll
All
help.
right. Roll at advantage. CL. 15.
15.
15 it is.
All right. So you are kind of wandering, retracing your steps, and you do pass the shop where Altho's sister runs. You do not see Silverwind hanging up there. You do see his sister and her husband arguing. And you just kind of see her like throwing clothes around and she looks pretty frantic. Um, Going further down, you do see the Githyanki and he is just kind of like looking around and then he spots you and he has this like really big grin and you can see him kind of slowly moving to shift something forward, but then he realizes that it's not there. And he's just like looks confused and looks around like, okay, well, where did it go? And you go further down and you can see the what was he? Ruxasha? A Tabaxi. And you see
Tabaxi.
him, the big portly Tabaxi, standing at the at the front of his shop, and he's kind of like waving people over, and he's like kind of like reaching in his pocket and giving out little sweets to children and patting their heads, as he's like doing transactions with the parents. You do not see yourself or Fickle.
I think we just made
Okay, and
Fickle.
specifically looking at the shop, both the Soul Pendant and the Chromosphere are not at those shops, are they?
Roll
I
me
still have those in my
investigation.
pocket. Can't do it at advantage.
I mean, I only knew I was looking for.
Uh,
Sorry, man.
now you got it. Look, I got like a +1 investigation.
Roll me investigation.
16. Ooh.
They are not there.
It's literally all about. Do it. You said it's not there.
Yep, those items are not there. Fickle, you are looking for yourself as well. You can roll me investigation at advantage.
Give me 1 second. I gotta honk. Give me 1 second. I'm almost there. I just gotta try. Okay. You said investigation. Good luck, everybody else. 17. Thank
Um,
God.
you can see a flash of what looks like pink hair just kind of moving through the crowd.
I'm going to focus in on that pink hair, and as I do, get closer to it, start circling, and screech out, "Caw caw, tuki tuki, tuki tuki."
As soon as you do that, you see an extremely familiar face just kind of look up and like bright eyes, just big smile, just kind of like, wow, what was that?
It's me.
It's you.
Oh Lord Jesus, no.
And
Wait,
you
so
just see, you, Fickle, can see Fickle too, kind of like pulling on Ciel's cloak and pointing skyward. And she's being very animated. You can't hear her, but she's just like, wow, wow, look at this, look, it's a bird.
I do not understand about time paradoxes, so Fickle's just excited to beat herself again and this other CL. Oh boy, the things that I'm about to do to mess this up. Uh,
how to
Fickle,
derail the campaign 101.
Fickle is gonna fly down and
Oh
turn
no.
into Fickle in front of Fickle and just be like, "Oh my God, hey me!" and just give her a hug.
Yeah, can you roll
Game
me a
over.
wisdom save?
I don't. I don't see any of this, do I?
No, she pulled your
Do,
shoulder and like try to kind of like get your attention. She was like very adamant, like pointing. So you would have seen Fickle Bird turn into Fickle in front of Fickle.
There's two.
wait. So
Dude, are you sure he doesn't need to roll a
No,
wisdom save?
yeah, I was about to say he's gonna have to roll a wisdom save as well.
Okay, yeah, I'm at a
wait,
24.
wait. So was she pulling on my sleeve or was she pulling on the other?
She was
On
pulling on the other
on the
one.
other one, yeah.
So I would have seen
You
my
current
Fickle, not the
CL,
other Fickle.
yeah, CL you would not have seen Fickle in CL2.
This is a parallel universe kind of thing.
You CL have pretty much like a splitting headache. Like it kind of stops you in your track. It's very, very jarring. Like almost blackout jarring.
Oh,
Um,
which one though?
CL one, not CL2.
Oh, because it's changing your memory. Oh, okay, I get it now.
So you, CL, are pretty much like it feels like your memory is kind of being scrambled. You're just getting this really really bad headache, and you can remember seeing a bird turn into Fickle in front of Fickle. And it's just like a very just kind of flash moment of memory, and it kind of feels like deja vu to you.
Deja vu.
Ow.
Um,
Ow.
yeah, I got a 24 on my save.
Yeah,
I'm,
so
so
Fickle
I might well
one,
notice.
Fickle one bird, and Fickle two. When you approach Fickle two, like oh my god, hi, she just gets super animated. Oh my god, wow, hi, it's me, and then she kind of like hugs you back, and the two of you just
Yes.
kind of like squeezing each other and doing that little like squiggle hug thing that kids do.
Twinsies.
And
Um,
you guys do notice that people
Oh
are kind
no,
of
they're
looking
still good.
around. People are kind of looking around, like looking at you guys, like, okay, that's kind of weird, but they don't really question it just because, I mean, you guys are probably just twins, so whatever. Like, they don't really care. Um, Ciel, I need you to make me a perception roll, please.
Ooh, 17.
You, CL1, are further back. You're near the tabaxi. You notice him kind of looking in the direction that Ficklebird went. And then you see him kind of like step back behind the curtain and he's gone.
The fat tabaxi.
Yes.
Uh, oh shit. I really probably need to talk to CL2. But, uh,
the question is who's better, CL1 or CL2?
How about you fight it out, see what happens?
Oh my god, no. There can only be one. Uh, but yeah, I'm just gonna sit there and just start having a chat about the weird things that just went on.
so I'm gonna reach in my pocket and I'm gonna hold the katana. I want to cast greater invisibility,
hmm
and I'm gonna roll stealth check and follow that fat tabaxi and listen to what he's saying.
Okay, go ahead.
19. I rolled a 7.
Yep, that's fine. So you kind of just like, like that, the movie scene where you see that person and then the crowd kind of passes by and they're gone. That pretty much like happens to you, just kind of like blend into the crowd, you disappear, and you follow him. Um, as you're following him,
Too
uh,
quick.
you can see the cart that had the people in it, and you see him walk right past it. He's just completely bypassing this cart right now, and he's walking through, and he's kind of like checking over, to the side, and he's looking in between all of the tents, just in the spaces in between them. And as he's like getting closer, you see him kind of like speed up a little bit, and then he takes like a sharp right down like in between two of the shops, and he gets over to where pretty much like he kind of like bum rushes into Fickle 1 and 2, and he was like, oh my goodness, I am so sorry, I'm so sorry, and he had knocked both of you over, and he's like, oh, I am so sorry, he's like brushing you guys off. Fickle 2 and CL2 do not recognize this tabaxi.
But we remember him as a really crappy person.
Yes, CL and Fickle 1 remember him.
I.
He the one who lied about his daughter getting taken or whatever?
That was the Githyanki.
That was the Githyanki. He said the Tabaxi took. In that case, I have an 18 passive perception. Do I notice him trying to take anything
No,
from Fickle
nope,
too?
nope.
Hmm. Hmm. I really don't like him. I really don't like him, so there's things I want to do, but I'm not sure if I should do it.
But Fickle doesn't understand that she shouldn't do it because something tells me you're gonna like scream at him and call him out.
No, actually, before I do anything like that, I would like to use the Silverwind property, and I'm going to reach out and put a hand on the Tabaxi, and he needs to make a DC 16. Is it still a 16? Yeah, it's a 16. A DC 16. Um, I think it's Charisma save.
Is it charm person?
Yep, DC 16 Charisma saving throw. Um, that if he fails it, I magically know his current emotional state.
Okay.
Wait, you said
Dang
it
it.
is charm person?
Yeah, it is. It's a kind of charm ability. It's a fey charm ability.
Is this? I thought it was the spell. Never mind. Because if it's the spell, it's a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no. This is different. Dang it, he passed.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't get anything from him, but at the same time, I don't like him. So I'm gonna kind of push him off of my sister, but I'm gonna say, do it, Fickle. I'm gonna say, hey, get away from me.
That's just it. Just get away from me.
Just yeah, I'm like, hey, get away from me, like, or get off me. Why are you touching me?
No, so he like you kind of push him off, and he kind of does that little heave, because he's really really fat, and he's like, oh, I'm so sorry. No, no, no. He's like, I was just I wasn't paying attention to where I was going, and I crashed into you. Please forgive me, please forgive me. And he's just kind of like, both of you are kind of like, well, actually, all three of you are kind of standing up now. And he's like brushing himself off, and then he's like trying to like brush to both of you off. He's like, please forgive me, please, please, please. Just let me pay you back, for my stupidity. Come back to my shop, I'll give you guys a good discount.
I'm just gonna look
And
at.
he's putting his hand on like Fickle One's or Fickle Two's shoulder, and he's like, please, just come on, come on.
I'm gonna look over at both of them and be like, y'all don't know this yet, but he's a slave trader. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
so Fickle 2 pretty much looks over and was like, "What? A
Yeah,
slave
he
trader?"
yeah he abducts young people, specifically women, and takes them elsewhere.
Yeah, one say to that.
CL1 kind of looks over at him, and you, CL, well, actually, no, you are CL1. CL2. CL2, like, kind of like, what? And you see him reaching, like, for the katana at his side.
Yes, do it. You could just see the evil in Fickle's eyes. She's like, do it.
Oh my god! I don't know if this is gonna be a bad idea or not, but I am completely invisible. I am completely erased because of the bracelet and the katana.
Mm-hmm.
So if I talk to anybody, it would literally be a disembodied voice.
Yeah, I mean, technically.
I'm gonna talk to CL2 and just tell them to trust the new Fickle.
This this is your conscience.
Did your conscience mean?
um.
No, I'm just gonna be like,
Oh, let's see. Roll me a perception for CL2.
great. Oh my god, what are you?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Your headset's really.
We'll be right back.
Yeah, it was a 3, by the way.
All right, we are back after some technical difficulties.
Do I still sound like a robot?
No, you were perfectly fine.
Why, thank you.
Mike
um,
streaking from you, but you're fine.
so yeah, you CL1 have whispered into CL2's ear. You're trying to goad him on, or are you trying to get him to listen to Fickle?
Just trying to get him to listen to Fickle so he doesn't believe that anything's like a trap or anything.
Okay, and that
Because Fickle
perception
one and
roll,
Fickle
that perception roll was for CL2. Um,
yes.
yeah, you can see him kind of like tense up, and it's not like a fully visible motion. It's just kind of like very just subtle, like a, and he's kind of shifting around, like looking left and right, and then you see him kind of like tighten his grip on the katana.
This this man's about to cut you down. No kidding. That'd suck. Um, how did the Tabaxi react to being called out?
He kind of like raises his paws, and he's like, no, no, what do you mean trafficker? No, of course not. Why would you say that?
Hmm. I don't know. Maybe the kids loading that cart in the back of your stall will have something to say about it.
And despite the fact that he has fur on his face, you can already tell like if he did not, he would probably be like beet red right now. And
Ooh.
his cheeks are getting like really puffy, and he's like, "How dare you, insinuate that I would do anything horrible to children? You don't know me." And he just raises his paw and just like, goes to backhand you.
Oh my
Can I
god.
grab his paw and stop him?
No, no,
At
please,
one.
please. Oh god, please give me a second.
Hold on, that is a. Oh no, that's that. Okay, this is.
Uh,
Hold on. An
oh,
8 obviously does not hit you. Fickle.
real quick. Primal Savagery, I would like to catch his paw in my teeth.
Okay.
I'm literally gonna literally shape her mouth with razor sharp teeth and bite his hand when he goes to slap her. Let's see if I can actually hit. Oh no, it's a 12. Probably don't hit.
No, a 12 does hit, actually.
Oh god, I hope he survives this. I don't want to kill him.
You might kill him.
For some reason, that's damage. That rolled 3d10.
Oh no.
Roll
Okay, never mind.
damage.
That was 12 damage. It's supposed to have an attack
Oh,
roll, I thought. Hold on one second. I swore Primal Savagery has an attack roll.
I mean,
But
if
it does. It shapes your teeth, and then you basically make a melee style attack with it.
So,
you're just gonna have to
my
roll
spell attack
your
bonus is an 8.
d20.
Okay, so I'm just going to roll a d20 real quick. I'll fix that, but
Hmm.
d20 plus 8. A 9. A 9
Oh,
does not hit.
no, that wasn't a 9. That was a nat 1.
That wasn't that one. Damn
No,
it. That would have been funny.
No,
no.
that definitely does not hit.
I actually
Um, yeah, no,
rolled.
so you go pretty much primal savagery. You attempt to bite him, and you missed by pretty much like an inch, like just barely. And he kind of like snaps his hand back when he saw, all of your teeth, and he was like, "You wild animal." And then he kind of like lifts his head up, and he was like, "Guards, guards, come get this beast. She's here attacking the people. Look at her. She's so foul." And you just see the people kind of turning and looking at you, and they see you in this current state, and
I was gonna
everybody
say,
just kind of panics.
Oh, damn it! It's because it's a nat one. I was gonna say my face goes back to normal right after I do it, though.
No.
No. Okay.
And there is mass
I.
panic, and people are just kind of running and pushing people over, and all you hear is like, "There's a wild animal loose," and it is chaos right now. And you just see Fickle 2 turning to look over at CL 2, and she's like, What do we do? Do we just run with everybody?"
And then Fickle's gonna be like, "You should probably run." And then I would like to run into an alleyway, turn into a hawk and fly off, if possible.
um, Give me a dexterity check to see if you can make it through the crowd.
Oh no. There's things
Uh,
she.
I'm gonna whisper in Fickle Two's ear. Don't forget to change your hair color.
Ah,
And you
that's
just kind of see her, like, she's not really even thinking because she hears the voice and she sees Yell 2 in front of her. And she kind of like reaches up and touches her hair. And she's like, "Oh, yeah." And then you just kind of see it shift to brown. You, Fickle, 1, pretty much are trying to like duck and weave through the crowd. And you're making it through, but pretty much like 2 steps forward, 1 step back kind of thing. So let me get another dex.
please, Lord. A 4.
You
Yeah,
get
no.
under.
As soon as that happens, like you're pushing and you pretty much get knocked over and you are on the ground now and people are just kind of like running and trampling over you. And you take 6 damage from being trampled. Um you CL, you're still standing next to CL 2 and Fickle 2.
Yep, I'm gonna make sure that they run.
Yeah. So as soon as that happens, like you see her hair shifting and she just kind of looks over at CL2 and she's like, "We should probably run." And then you just see her just immediately just shift. And she turns into a hawk and just flies straight up. And you see CL just kind of like release the katana and then push through the crowd again. Like he's not even trying to run, he's just kind of like following where the crowd is going.
Okay.
So it really
I.
doesn't take that long for the crowd to kind of like disperse. Uh, Fickle, you are currently laying in the dirt with footprints all over you. Um,
Am I still conscious? That's the
you're
number
you
one
you are
question.
you are conscious. You only took 6 damage.
In that case, don't hate me. Uh,
Turn into a lizard and skid her off.
huh?
Turn into a lizard and skid her off.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of something like small I could change into and just take off. Yeah, I'll turn to a small desert lizard and just scamper off.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. So you're gonna just kind of turn into a little lizard and just let it disappear. Ciel, what are you doing?
I'm guessing now the marketplace is fairly empty. Are the vendors still there or no?
There are still some vendors. They're kind of picking up a couple of their carts and crates and stuff that have been knocked over, and some of them are already starting to like close up.
I'm guessing it looked like the us before didn't even get into the market to get anything.
Yeah, it looks like they had just arrived.
Are you sure? I thought you said that the stuff off the thing was missing.
Mm-hmm. I'm aware of that.
What,
It
do
is.
we have to give them our? Man, I'm confused. Okay. Um. Hmm. Well, I'm hungry, and at this point, there's a certain tabaxi that was looking like really delicious. So even though CL said I'm not supposed to eat people, I would like to make my way back to his stall.
Yeah, did he run back to his stall?
Roll me an investigation to see if he's at the stall.
Three.
Yeah, no, you can't tell.
Um, I'm not sure if I should wait for CL to make his decision, or if I should go and investigate. I'm going to investigate as the little lizard to see if he's in there. I'd like to crawl up in the tent, be like, "How'd your kids? How'd your wife?"
You're gonna investigate?
Yep,
Okay. Roll me investigation.
14, not too bad.
You do not see him at the shop. You do see the little goblin that had tried to shank you earlier.
Hmm.
You do see him there, and you do hear noise behind the curtain.
I am going to go sneaky sneak behind the curtain.
Alrighty. You kind of, skitter your way down and go through. You do see him kind of like yelling at the women and kind of like ushering them to get into the carts. And just like last time, one cart goes left and the other one goes right.
I would like to follow the one that I didn't follow last time,
All right, so the last time you followed the right cart
and it was empty.
and it was empty. This time you follow the left cart. What are you doing? You are
I
currently, as a lizard, following this cart, mind you.
Yeah, there's no way that I would keep up with it. Um,
Uh, did I see Fickle run out the back? Because if so, I probably would follow Fickle because I'm still invisible. Is it
You would
moving at a speed?
not have been able to see Fickle because she's a little lizard right now.
give me 1 second. I'm about to remedy this situation. I would like to skitter over to where Shadow is, and thanks to that wonderful bracelet, I would like to turn into a hawk,
Okay.
and I'm now going to fly up high, keep an eye on the correct cart. I'm hoping,
Mm-hmm.
and quite loudly pronounce "Kaka kaka tuki tuki kaka kaka." I'm gonna try to get CL's attention by going "Kaka."
Um, I
Probably need
need,
because you still have it.
I need,
It won't be too easy.
you, CL, to make me a. Actually, no, not CL. Fickle, I need you to make me an investigation. Check,
Sigma.
please.
A 7.
Yep, you are following a cart.
God dang it! I
And
knew she was gonna do that.
and CL, you hear a kaka kaka tuki tuki, and then you hear another kaka kaka tuki tuki, and you hear pretty much like one to the right and one to the left.
Oh no.
Fuck. Ah, shit. Yeah, because you can't really reach out in telepathy because both Fickles would answer, and I'd be like, fuck.
Which she used the fickle that was just walking in the
Oh.
marketplace, and another fickle came out of the sky. Okay, it's not that one. Other fickle.
Uh, shit. I'm gonna have to leave it at a coin toss because at this point I don't really. I've got to follow one of them.
All right, so roll me a d2. Or you can roll me a d20 and call high and low. All right, so
Two.
you you're gonna say one is what?
One is right because I always go right. Two is left because
Okay.
I always follow the right.
Alrighty, so you head off to the left.
Oh no, boo boo.
I run fast as I can. Is the cart moving fast at all or no?
It's going at a decent pace. Like if it goes fast, it'll run people over.
All right. The the one that I'm following, by the way, I would like to dive down onto the roof.
All right. So you
Uh,
have dove down and you landed on the roof.
I would like to peek over the roof and see if the driver looks familiar.
The driver does not look familiar. The
That's
other
good.
one was a human. He was wearing like red robes, and this one looks like a what are the name? The Aarakocras, and he's wearing
Hmm.
like blue.
Wait, I thought the last one was an Aarakocra.
Was it an Aarakocra?
Yeah, it was an Aarakocra because he kept responding in mimicry.
That's
Oh
not Eric
yes,
Coker.
yes. And he was a Kenku. He was a
It was a
Kenku.
Kinku, yeah.
Yeah, no, this is an Aarakocra.
This is an actual Aarakocra, so I know at least that I'm not on the wrong. I'm not on the one that was empty last time.
Yeah.
Okay, in that case, I would like to waddle my way to the back, or just open my wings and kind of float back and peek into the back of the cart.
Yeah, so you peek in and you do see people kind of like huddled inside the cart.
Did any of those people look dangerous or whatnot, or do they all look like
Roll me a perception
basically
check.
slaves? Oh yes. Hey, at least with the hawk, I have advantage. Perception advantage. A 20.
None of them look dangerous.
Oh, uh, hmm. That's probably bad, but I'm going to float down
Mm-hmm.
and land on, I guess, the edge of the back of the cart or on the seat on the back of the cart
Okay.
and turn into Fickle.
Alrighty. So you have landed on the cart. No, excuse me. Just burped. You have landed on you said like the seat, right? Like next to the driver? Or you said all the way at
No,
the
in
back?
the back. I mean, in the back. I don't know if there's benches in the back or if there's just what's in the
No,
back.
it's like one of those covered carts.
It's just a flat, basically a
Yeah.
flat tray.
Yeah, it's just flat.
Okay, well, yeah, I'll land on where the. I'll land so that when she transforms, her back can be against the back of the cart
Mm-hmm.
or the side of the cart.
Have I caught up at all, or is it moving? It's still moving too quick.
No, I mean you've caught up. Like it's really not going fast. Like you could have power walked next to
Oh,
it.
oh,
And
okay.
I'll leave there and let him do his thing.
Yeah, Fickle's just making this all dramatic. It's like it's really not a high speed chase. Like this is a leisurely stroll through town.
Yeah, I'm guessing I'll peek in the back of the car too, and I guess I'll say the same thing, right?
Yep.
Is it? Did, you said it's a bunch of people in the back
Yeah, there's a bunch of
of the
women and
car.
children.
Wait, he went. He caught up with the right cart.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he went the
Yeah,
wrong
literally,
way. Oh my god, man.
I said one is right, two is left, because I always go right, so that would have been my first choice. And I rolled a two on a D2.
Okay.
Yeah. Do I see? Is it just a standard cart, or it doesn't look like there's any kind of cage? Are there any? Do they have any manacles on the wrist or anything?
Nope, no manacles, nothing. It's just pretty much just like a regular cart. They're just kind of all sitting there.
Do any of them look like bothered or upset
Nope,
or depressed?
nope.
They
They just,
just
as soon
they're
as you
simply
poke your
chilling.
head in, they're just kind of looking at you like, okay, this is odd, and just kind of go back to, talking amongst themselves.
Oh, I'm still invisible, so all they would have seen was just the back of it, like, boop, and then
Yeah,
nothing.
like
What?
the flap opening.
So yeah, I pop up in
Hmm.
this cart, and I'm just gonna be like, "Hi, I'm Fickle. How are all of y'all doing? What are your names?" She's just gonna be like all nice and weird.
You kind of like appear out of nowhere, and there's like a collective like gasp, and they're just all watching you, and nobody really says anything. Like it's not really they don't like they can't speak. They're just confused, and then one of them's just like, my name is Misha, and it's a younger child, like a little bit younger than you. She's probably about 12, 12 or 13.
Oh, okay, but someone I could get along with. Um, Fickle's just gonna just kind of be like, well, nice to meet you, Misha. Where are y'all going? What are you doing in the back of the cart?
It's like, oh well, we're going to the castle, to the estate. There's a party tonight, and we're going to be there to serve the guests.
Oh, like, is it is it a? She's trying to fish for information, basically. Is it a job or were you hired?
And she kind of like shrugs her shoulders. And she's like, it, it's not really a job. I mean, we don't get money. Our our host gets the money, and he
Your
uses it
host.
to take care of us.
Oh, okay. Is your host a nice person?
And you just kind of see her shoulders like just very slightly kind of scrunch up, and she's like, yes, he's very nice. And she's got like looking at her knees and kind of like picking at a scab there.
Oh my God. I would like to kind of reach out a hand and just be like, "Are you sure about that?" And I'm just gonna like pat her on the shoulder, and she needs to make a DC 16 Wisdom save or a Charisma save.
What?
Are you sure? Let me charm you, little child.
Oh, I'm not charming her. What it is I get to read her. Oh wait, do I have to? Do they even have to make the save for me to read their emotions? Because that's not the way it reads.
What is it saying?
It says you can use an action to touch a creature and magically know its current emotional state.
Oh yeah, no, 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 no. It's an automatic thing.
Oh, okay. The bottom part, if the target fails a DC 16 saving throw, you know its alignment.
Yeah, like you
Uh,
if you want to know, like, remember the mood llama?
yes.
It's like that. If you want to know, like, cuz I mean, I could be all smiles with you and I could be happy. But if you want to know, like, am I happy and evil, then you would have to make me roll pretty much to figure out
Oh,
my alignment.
okay. Yeah. And then yeah, I just want to reach out and I want to get a sense of her actual emotional state while I'm talking to her.
Yeah, so you kind of put your hand on her and you can feel not really fear, but
Yeah.
hesitation.
Hesitation. Um, I'm just gonna be like, You can be honest with me." She's like, I'm just the same as you. I'm just a girl in this world." I'm just a girl. Okay.
No, but yeah, you say that and she's just like she immediately just starts shaking her head. She's like, there's nothing to say. And everything's fine. he's a great person. He takes care of us. So what does it matter to you? And now you can feel like anger.
And she's gonna say, because I feel that everyone should be free, and I feel that maybe you don't have a choice in what you do.
And as soon as you say that, she goes to open her mouth to speak, and you can see another person, an adult, pretty much reach over and like put their hand on her and like give it a little squeeze. And she kind of looks over at them, and she just puts her head down and she's like, "Everything's fine. Thank you for asking."
Oh man.
And like her emotional state is now blank.
Do I have to roll an insight check, or can Fickle be obviously smart enough to figure out that
No,
obviously this is not okay?
roll me an insight.
No, no, no. Do I have advantage because my hand's still on her shoulder and I felt her go blank?
No.
Damn. 13.
And what are you trying to figure out?
I'm trying to figure out, especially because my hand was on her shoulder and I felt her emotions settle to blankness as soon as this adult reached out and touched her.
Mhm.
I'm trying to sense if she's actually, number one, was she actually okay with the situation as it is, or was it just more of a, okay, I should settle down because my elder is telling me to settle down, or, and also, is she really lying about the whole thing? Like, she
You can
obviously
feel
needs help.
that gesture from the adult was her saying this is a carriage conversation.
But we're in the carriage and we're having a conversation.
No, no, you're in the car, not a carriage.
Car is not a carriage. Oh my god, dude. Uh, um.
But
So
yeah,
yeah,
that's pretty much what you can glean from it. It's more like, hey, you really shouldn't be talking about this. Like it's literally it was just kind of one gesture, and that one gesture kind of said it all. Like she kind of just clammed up and didn't really want to talk anymore because she knew that things would possibly be bad for her later.
mm, um. Hmm. Fickle's an in the moment and now kind of person,
Yeah,
because
she has.
I'm thinking, okay, well we could play this the long game and do this, this, and this, but I'm thinking Fickle's like, do you want to be saved or not? So I can see Fickle right now just being like, especially after the carriage conversation, uh, motion. She's hates carriage conversations, so that just makes it even worse. I could see Fickle being like, I'll ask this now. I, because I'm pretty sure, because most of these are kids, right?
There's about 8 people in the cart, and I would say about 6 of them, yeah, 6 of them are kids in
And
varying
two are.
ages, and 2 of them are adults.
In that case, I'm going to say, I will only ask this once, but if I could set you all free, would you take me up on the offer? This is Fickle we're talking about.
Can I hear
You,
all of this from outside the cart?
um, no,
Or are you trying to talk?
No, you can't hear it. From the noise, the cart moving, and all that stuff. You wouldn't be able to actually hear the conversation in the cart.
Okay. I know I won't be able to keep catch the whole conversation, but I'm just gonna continue to kind of like stick that in there and make sure everything's all right. But I'm not gonna do anything just yet.
Apparently, someone's thanking you for the follow a couple days ago.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, how do they react?
Um,
One question.
you offer them pretty much freedom, and you can see everybody shifting, looking. They're not really sure what to do or say.
Can I roll a persuasion?
Yeah, if you want.
Good luck, everyone. Actually, I think I swear I had something that helps me with that. Um, I might be wrong. Yeah, I'm wrong. I thought I had something to help me with that, but I don't. Thought it was a changeling thing. Uh, in that case, persuasion. Wish me luck. 21.
Okay, and go ahead and convince me.
You all, you all might not believe me, or you might not believe this, but I am someone who has some very powerful people who are friends with me, and I am a very powerful person, even though I may not look it. And she's just kind of like a gesture to herself. But where I come from, people don't own people, and I believe that we should all live and die free. And I couldn't imagine living as a servant to someone else for my entire life. I just wish to offer you that choice that was taken away from you.
You say that, and you can kind of tell that the children aren't really aware of what you're saying. It's more like you're saying something to them and it sounds pretty. Um, the the adults though, you can see them kind of shifting in their seats and then looking at the children, and they're kind of wondering whether they should take you up on your offer or not, because you also have to consider this is dangerous territory that you're treading on right now.
I bet so.
And, if something bad were to happen, it's going to fall back on them and quite possibly not on you.
And it very well could get them killed.
Exactly.
That's
So
true.
you do see them kind of weighing their pros and cons. And then one of the adults looks up at you and she's like, "Let us get to the party. Can you help us get out from there? Because if we don't show up, it's going to be bad."
Mm. I will
So
do my I will do my best. And what's your name?
And she looks down and she's like, "I don't have one. I was never given one. We gave the children names."
I really hate this place, man. um, what does she look like?
The woman,
Hmm.
she is like typical of the area. She's tall, dark skin, and her eyes are kind of like I would say like a dusky gray color. She is covered in like very, very faint scars. It looks like, that it looks like they had tried to heal them over and over again to kind of minimize the damage. But you do see, faint scars on her. She is human, as are most of the other races here, like the other children. The only other one, the other female, is I would say I think she is a Yuan-Ti. Yes, she is a Yuan-Ti.
Mm. Was that the one who reached out and quieted the child? Do you want to or no?
No, it was a human.
Okay. Hmm.
Since this is taking a while, can I try to get into the back of the car still invisible?
Yes.
I don't want to see this. That one, baby.
Um
Come on.
yeah, just roll me an acrobatics to kind of like hop in.
This would be the perfect time, man. Come on.
That'd be so funny.
I know,
This is one of the
right?
powerful people I know as he gets dragged to death behind the car. Ah,
That's just,
it's dead even.
oh,
No, it's not that bad.
No, so as all this is going down, UCL kind of like grab onto the edge of it, like I would say like on the sides. Like the like the army carts, like the army trucks.
yep.
It's kind of like that except without the step. So you
Yeah.
kind of like grab onto it and you like hoist yourself up. You kind of like trip up a little bit, but you do manage to actually make it inside. You're still invisible.
So we see the flap come
Yep.
open and we hear a bunch of.
Yeah. So the flap opens, and they don't really pay attention to it because like the wind kind of like flaps it open regardless. And they do hear like a thunking sound, and you do see one of the kids kind of look over for like a split second, and then just kind of like go back to talking to their friend.
Do I have?
Can I? Oh wait, no, because he has that thing that erases everything.
Yep. No
Oh man,
footprints, fingerprints, scent trails, or other signs.
dude, the fact that you have no scent trail—that's the only thing. Because with her being raised in the wild, I'd be like, oh, she could smell you. But no, you're so lucky, dude. um, no. So Fickles, you can see her kind of like she's thinking over, and she's like, I don't know exactly how I would get you out at the party. And then she's gonna sit there. She's gonna look at them. She's like, "Do any of y'all have a slave mark or a curse on you so that you can't leave?"
And the Yuan-Ti, she looks at the children and she's like, they don't have one yet. They haven't been purchased.
How do how do you all end up like this?
It's like, well, a lot of us came from Nuvar. We wanted to escape the oppression there. And had we known that being here would have been worse, we would have stayed there.
Hmm.
Does Fickle have room to sit beside her?
Yes.
I want to sit right beside Fickle, and I'm just gonna whisper in her ear, like, tell them not to be alarmed.
Um.
Just invisible
So
man just reaches his hand and puts it on Fickle's thigh. Like,
primal
no.
savagery. Right.
Don't be afraid.
Instant kill. No. um. No. I'm gonna. He's gonna say that. I'm gonna like. About one of those powerful people I know. Don't be scared, because he's about to probably show up.
And I'm just gonna drop the invisibility when she says, "Don't be scared."
Yeah, as soon as you do that, like the children immediately are like, wow, that was so cool. I mean, they're just all animated right now, and the adults are just kind of watching you.
Like, the fuck.
Um,
Yeah, I'm just gonna continue and look at Fickle and what's happening.
and I'll kind of give him a general rundown of basically everything that's been talked about so far, including the fact that most of these
Kids
people,
don't have the marks. The
huh?
adults kids don't have the marks. The adults do. They want to be set free at the party.
Yes,
Can we help
and
them?
we, yep, and also that they're all from Nuvar,
Basically.
apparently. So why did are the kids going to
Hmm.
the party to be? She's asking this. Are the kids going to the party to be purchased?
It's not their intention to be purchased there, but it does get the children seen.
I'm gonna kill that tabaxi. I'm gonna kill the king for letting this happen.
The king
There's so many people that about to die. Huh?
the king's the one who encourages it.
You broke up real bad. You said the king's the one that blank.
The king's the one who probably encourages it.
Yeah, probably. And I'll ask that. I'm like, does does the royal family here, or does the king and the nobility encourage this, or is this just how it's always been, or what? Like she's trying to figure this out.
And who are you addressing?
Who looks oldest?
The Yuanti.
The Yuanti.
Oh yeah, she kind of nods and she's like, it's been like this since they put him into power.
Hmm. Since they put him into power.
And
Since
she
they let.
nods. She nods and she's like, people don't want to believe it, but the college's influence has also spread to Muhi Aramal.
Oh yeah, he's dying. He's dying tonight. Oh yeah. I didn't like you know from the get go I didn't like that character. Oh, Fickle's gonna be so happy. Uh, okay. And when that said, she's just gonna be like, I know why we're back here. Because Fickle kind of believes in destiny, and she's just gonna look back at you and be like, I think I think we're here to set, you know, Muhi Aramal free.
Oh, well, if we are, I guess we're gonna get busy, huh? So, essentially, we're gonna try to free you at the party. If that's the case, then there are some things I need to take care of ahead of time.
Before any,
I am going to.
oh,
I was just gonna say I'm gonna find Rick. I'm gonna see if I can't get a few things from him. I'm going to head back to the marketplace. There are a few items that I probably need to purchase, but I think we will be able to get them out of the castle without an issue.
um, all right.
But here,
Two things. I would like to, number one, try to figure out if the curse is removable by something I have, or if it's a similar curse to the one that is on the um, necklaces and stuff. Because I didn't see any jewelry or anything on them. I'm wondering if it's just like a tattoo.
You roll me an investigation.
Oh no. Oh no, no, no. Oh no. That would be an 8.
Yeah, you can't tell.
just ask him where the mark is.
Yeah, I'll ask him where the mark is.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so you ask them where the mark is, and the Yuan Ti she kind of lifts up her arm, and you can see it like pretty much like almost near the armpit. So like you really can't tell if she lifts like unless she lifts her arms up all the way.
Okay. Okay. Um, can I make an Arcana check or something?
Four.
Uh, to figure out if I can break the magic with a dispel magic spell.
Go ahead.
18.
Um, you kind of discern this is the almost the same kind of magic as the one in Pinpoint.
Okay, in that case, I'm gonna ask her and the older one who owns your slave marks.
And she looks over at her friend again, and she really doesn't want to say anything. And then the other one just kind of like kicks her. She's like, "Say it." She's like, "Oh,
I'm
it's
okay.
Leaf. His name is Leaf.
Leave.
It's Leif. Leaf."
Oh, leave.
Eric. Sorry.
Okay. And is that the tabaxi in the marketplace? Was that his name? Or
And she nods her head, and she's like, "Yes, that is his name."
hmm. And if he and Fickle's kind of gonna look over at CL, were to no longer own the rights to your slave mark, would anyone else inherit it, or would it
And
end?
they shake their heads, and they're like, "He doesn't trust anybody. Of course not."
And Fickle's just
So
gonna just be like, No, you go ahead, man."
no, I was gonna say so. When she says that, I'm just gonna look at her. So all we have to do is take care of Leaf, and should have no issue.
Yeah, that sounds about right. And I'm just gonna say, just make sure that you all stick close to the kids, and
We'll find you at the party, and we'll let you know.
we'll find you at the party. I'm pretty sure they're gonna know beforehand.
Nope,
uh,
we are not correct.
and I am just going to. Can I try to like remember all of their faces?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you've been sitting there, so you
Oh, okay. Would I be able to transform into them if
yes,
need be?
yes.
Oh,
You have studied them long enough.
oh boy, this immutable form kind of thing is just so awesome. Uh, yeah. In that case, I'm just gonna be like, all right, well, just
So I know what we have to do now.
I think we should jump out before we end up at the party. Anyways.
So just because I know the kids, like, still a sucker for kids. So just because I know they're like, wow, that's really cool. I'm going. If we're ready to leave, I'm gonna grab Fickle by the arm, and I'm just gonna dimension door out the back of it.
Oh my God, he's just showing off for kids.
Just
You're showing off for the kids. uh,
Yeah, no. As soon as you do that, I mean, like just as you guys like disappeared, you just hear like, "Wow! Oh my gosh!" And it's just like the just little excited roar of children.
and I'm just gonna look over at CL and be like, show off.
All right, so that
yeah.
is
So
where we are going to call it for the night.
no, I want when you tell the Fickle first. And if I don't tell her, I'm gonna forget. I'm gonna
You
write this
can
down.
write a note down. But yeah, we're going to call it here for the night.
Wow. Okay.
Thank you guys for watching, and we will be back next Friday around 7 p.m. and hope to see you guys there. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you.
Bye.